Hello guys, welcome back to Mathematics. Today we're going to check how to do division with decimals. Let's gonna start just dividing a decimal by a whole number. So you will see how is the logic of this. So first, imagine we have this one, 1.5 divided by 3. So if we divide 1.5 in three parts, it is clear that it's going to be zero point 0.5, right? Because in 1.5 we have basically 3 halves, 3 times zero point 0.5. Then when you divide it by 3 is zero point 0.5. This is also related to the fact that 15 divided by 3 is 5. So notice how in this case the 15 ends in the position of the tenths. That's why the 5 of the result is also going to be in the position of the tenths. That's basically how it works. Let's check this other one. So we know that 144 divided by 12 is 12. Since 12 times 12 is 144. So in this case, the only thing that we need to change is the position of the decimal point. The 4 is in the position of the tenths, the 2 should be in the position of the tenths. So the result is going to be 1.2. These operations were easy, but let's check what happened when they are a little bit more difficult. Don't forget that if you have doubts at the end of the video, you can go and check the description. You can schedule your own lessons with me. Now let's check, for example, this one. If you don't remember very well how to do long division, I also leave you a video in the description. So these kind of divisions, we would do it also like in the long division. 24.78 divided by 3. Okay, so we start with the 2. 2 divided by 3. But since the 2 is smaller than 3, we cannot do it. So we go for the next digit and we take the whole 24. 24 divided by 3. That is 8. It is useful if you put it in the same position, so you are not going to get lost where to put the decimal point. So 3 times 8 is 24. We subtract 24 minus 24 is 0. And we bring down the next digit. Notice the next digit is already a tenth, is a decimal after the decimal point. So it's also time to put the decimal point in the answer. And we keep going with the division normally. 7 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. And we bring down the last digit. 18 divided by 3 is 6. 3 times 6 is 18. 18 minus 18 is 0. So there is no remainder in this one, and the answer is 8.26. Let's check this other example. 46.35 divided by 7. Okay, in this case, I'm not going to write the multiplication and do the subtraction. I'm going to do it in the same step. So pay close attention. Okay, 4 divided by 7 is not possible because the 4 is smaller. So we take the whole 46. 46 divided by 7. That is 6. 6 times 7 is 42. 42, to get to the 46, we need 4 units. So we just put the 4 because it's going to be the leftover in that operation. 7 times 6 is 42, and 46 minus 42 is 4. We still need 4 more to have the complete 46. That is, I'm skipping the step of putting the 42 and then doing the subtraction. I'm just writing right away the 4. Then we bring the 3 down. But notice the 3 is already in the position of the decimal, so we put the decimal point in the answer. 43 divided by 7 is again 6. 6 times 7 is 42. To 43 is 1. And finally, we bring the 5 down. 15 divided by 7 is 2. 2 times 7 is 14. To 15 is just 1. 1 is the leftover. But notice it's not like the remainder is 1, because this one is actually in the position of the hundredths. So we would say the result is 6.62 with a remainder of 0.01. This is left over the remainder. Because again, it's not 1 in the position of the ones, but this one is in the position of the hundredths. Okay, we already checked dividing a decimal by a whole number. But what if they are both decimals? Like in this case. Let me show you something, guys. If you take, for example, 8 divided by 2, this is going to be 4. If you multiply by anything, this, let's say, let's multiply by 3, multiply by 3, both of them, you are going to get 8 times 3 is 24, divided by 2 times 3 is 6. What is 24 divided by 6? It's also 4. If you multiply it by anything, let's say by 10, 80, divided by 2 times 10 is 20, you still get the same 4. That means we can multiply both numbers by any number that we want, and that's going to make them to have the same result. But why is that so useful? It's because if we multiply by powers of 10, we can move the decimal point, and this is not going to be a decimal anymore. So it's pretty useful. Notice, if we multiply both by 10, we are going to get 247 divided by 5. And notice that we don't have to work with decimals anymore. We just do a normal division. 247 divided by 5. Okay, so let's do it. 2 is smaller than 5, so we take the 24. 5 times 4 is 20, to 24 is 4. And we bring down the 7. Now 5 times 9 is 45. 45 to 47 is 2. So this is the remainder. But remember, the original numbers, they were not the whole numbers. They were decimals that we multiply by 10. So we should divide by 10 this in order to know what is the actual remainder. So it would be 0.2. So the answer of this is 49 with a remainder of 0.2. Notice the result is going to be the same. 49, we got 49, the result is 49. It's just the reminder that we need to check and make it equal in the same units that we had the division. We multiply by 10, then we divide by 10 to get the actual remainder. For this method, it's just enough with doing the dividend a whole number. Imagine that they are both decimals, but when you multiply by 10, the first number is still a decimal. No problem. We can do it. We already did it in the previous exercises. It's just multiply by the power of 10 that you need to make the second number, the dividend, a whole number. Let's check some examples. What multiplications we should do. So for example, in this first one, remember the second number is the one that we are interested on. We want to move this decimal point one place, so this is not a decimal anymore. So we would multiply by 10. By 10, both of them. So this is the same as 147.8, because remember, we multiply by 10, we just move the decimal point one place, divided by 6. And then you already know how to do this division. For this one, we are going to have to multiply twice to make the second number a whole number. That means we need to multiply by 100. Two zeros, 2 times that we move the decimal point. And this one is going to move 2 places too. So this is the same as saying 648.7 divided by 319. This is a whole number, so we already know how to do this one. For this one, we need to move the decimal point one place, so it's just multiplying by 10. Remember, we care about the second number. The first one, it doesn't matter if it's a whole number or a decimal. In this case, it's a whole number, so when you multiply by 10, it's just adding a 0 at the end. Divided by 0.7 becomes a 7. And then you do this division normally, as we did the previous ones. And finally, for this one, we need to move it twice. So we need to multiply by 100. This one becomes 3,460. Move it twice, so we need to fill the space with a 0. Divided by 321. Again, this is a whole number, so we do it as before. This might be a little harder because they have 3 digits, but it's the same process. Let's do one of those. Let's do the first one. So we said that we need to multiply ones. So we would multiply by 10 to make it 147.8 divided by 6. Let's see. 147.8 divided by 6. So the 1 is too small. We take the 14. 14 divided by 6 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. To 14 is 2. 12 to get to 14 needs 2. That's why we put it right away. And we bring the 7 down. 27 divided by 6. 6 times 4, which is 24. 24 to 27 needs 3 more points. And then we bring the 8 down. The 8 is already a decimal, so we put the decimal point for the answer. 38 divided by 6 is 6, because 6 times 6 is 36. To 38 is 2. So the remainder, in this case, remember, we multiply by 10, so we would have to divide it by 10. This is already in the position of the tenths, so this is actually a 0.2. And since we multiply by 10, we need to divide by 10. So this is a 0.02, the remainder. Just in case we are interested in the remainder, because sometimes we're just interested in the result. So we would say just 24.6. But if you want to know what the remainder is, it would be 0.02. Okay. Guys, if you don't need to work with the remainder, there's another thing that you could actually do. Remember, after the decimal point, we could put as many zeros as we want, right? So that means that we could also bring a zero down and keep going with the division. 6 times 3 is 18, and the remainder is 2. We bring down another zero and keep going. Notice that in this case, the 3 is going to repeat forever. Sometimes the number it doesn't repeat, you just getting different and different numbers. In those cases, you just need to do it 2 or 3 times, and that's going to be it. Like you close the division there, and you say it's approximately 24.633. Let's check another example. This one. We will multiply by 100 since we need to move the decimal point 2 places. So times 100 times 100. That would become 1480 divided by 11. Okay, so 1480 divided by 11. Okay, 14 divided by 11 is 1. 1 times 11 is 11. To 14 needs 3 more to go. Okay, we bring down the 8. 11 times 3 is 33. To 38 is 5. Bring down the 0, and that's going to be 4. 4 times 4 is 44. To 50 is 6. So this 6 is the remainder, which divided by 100, because we multiply at the beginning, this is actually a 0.06. So this division, the one at the beginning, is actually 134 with a remainder of 0.06. Okay guys, this is the time for you to practice. So if you want, pause the video, try to do these two divisions. I'll give you the answers right away. Okay, let's see. Okay, here I just move the decimal point one place. So this is going to give me this division. Let's solve it. Divided by 3. So 3 times 4 is 12. 2 14 is 2. 26. 3 times 8 is 24. 2 to reach the 26. We bring the 7 down. The 7 is already the decimal, so we need to put the decimal point. And 3 times 9 is 27. To 27 is just 0. So the answer is 48.9 with no leftovers. Let's check this one. Again, we're just going to multiply by 10. 945 divided by 13. 945 divided by 13. This one is a little harder. That is 7. 7 times 13 is 70 plus 21 is 91. To 94 is just 3. And we bring the 5 down. And it's just twice. 2 times 13 is 26. That is going to be 9 to the 35. And the answer is 72 with a remainder of zero point 0.9. Okay, guys, that was everything for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, book your own lessons with me, and drop any question you have in the comment box. Or if you have a topic that you want me to explain, you can leave it there too. Bye bye, guys. See you next time.